And tragic news coming in. What we are learning from top Congress leaders, including Robert Vadra as well as Salman Khurshid, is that former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh is no more. He passed away at the age of 92. He breathed his last at AIIMS in the national capital. Now what we are learning is that senior Congress leaders are rushing back to the national capital. Remember, they had their centenary celebrations in Belgavi, and top Congress leaders are rushing back to the national capitals. As per Salman Khurshid as well as Robert Vadra, former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, the man who helmed the two UPA regimes, is no more. He was admitted in the ICU in AIIMS after complaining of breathlessness. And now, as per Salman Khurshid as well as Robert Vadra, he has breathed his last and is no more at the age of 92. What we are also learning is that Union Health Minister JP Nadda is currently at AIIMS. Also, Wayanad MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is also at AIIMS. And also what we are learning is that Sonia Gandhi as well as Rahul Gandhi are rushing to AIIMS in the wake of this tragic news that's coming in from the national capital, where former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh is no more. I'm joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh on the broadcast. So Pallavi, sad news coming in. Salman Khurshid and Robert Vadra both have put out the information that Manmohan Singh has breathed his last at AIIMS in the national capital, and a tall figure of the UPA era of Indian politics now no more.
And the writer over here is that we are still waiting for the official word to come in, both from the party as well as from AIIMS. What we are being told is AIIMS is likely to issue a medical bulletin anytime now. We'll have to wait to see what are the developments in that. But yes, certainly the indications don't sound very good. The Congress has almost cancelled the rally, which was to be held in Belgavi tomorrow as a part of the CWC meeting. Rahul Gandhi, who was very much there, is also rushing back. That has been confirmed by his office. But apart from that, Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Robert Vadra, all the Delhi Congress leaders who are here are all rushing to AIIMS. The family is also, of course, there. He was admitted earlier today. What we were told by his office was acute breathlessness in a very serious condition. All doctors looking upon him, and he was admitted to ICU. At 92, he has been very frail. He has not been keeping very good health. He had actually stepped away from public political life in 2024 when his term had ended in Rajya Sabha. He walked away into sunset. I remember the last pictures we saw of him was in 2022 inside Rajya Sabha itself when he had come to cast his vote for a presidential elections. You're absolutely right. While we await that official word to come in, it's been a long legacy that he has left behind. And if I can use the words which he said to us once at a press conference, that history is going to remember me kindly. There has been a lot of political controversies which has dogged his 10 years in power, especially in the last 2 to 3 years of UPA 2. But his contribution to the economy, his idea of liberalization, opening up the Indian economy, that is his biggest contribution as far as India's economic story is concerned. And in fact, the present Prime Minister would always admit that whatever rancor we may have displayed during the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, the fact is that his contribution to India's growth story has never been forgotten. Each time the Prime Minister went to take oath of office, he would always take a tour to Dr. Manmohan Singh's official residence on Motilal Nehru Marg and greet him and take his blessings. That's the kind of bonhomie we saw between the two of them. But talking about Dr. Manmohan Singh, the economist, but also the reluctant politician, his political term also, Ayushman, will be remembered for a lot of achievements. I mean, the Indo-US nuclear deal, he was so sure that it's going to solve India's energy problems that he was ready to stake his government. We know, for example, how left walked out and then the Samajwadi Party bailed him out, and the rest is history. He also was known for Aadhaar and many of the other progressive legislation. From bringing the economy on track from fiscal deficit into an export-import surplus, that's also been one of his contributions.
Absolutely. And Dr. Manmohan Singh also heralded that liberalization drive. Pallavi, as you were highlighting that liberalization drive, he helmed it at a time where Narasimha Rao's government was in minority. There was a lot of political turbulence surrounding it, but someone who put his brain onto paper and created the growth story that India is now flourishing because of.
Yes, in fact, even as we speak, Ayushman, the Congress has says so now. In fact, the Congress has given us a copy of the a bulletin which has come in from the AIIMS. It says that we informed the demise of former Prime Minister of India, aged 92. He was being treated for AIDS-related medical condition and sudden loss of consciousness at home. He was brought in and he could not be revived and was declared dead at 9:51 p.m. This is as official as it can get. This is the kind of bulletin which has now been released to us on behalf of AIIMS by the Congress Party. So it's now official now. And yes, to answer your question, I mean, his legacy is something which is very strong for 10 years that he was in power as a Prime Minister. But before that, 1991, it was when he actually took over as the Finance Minister. Before that, he was Economic Advisor, he's the RBI Governor. 1991 to 1996 was his term as a Finance Minister. And he had, as I talked about, he had taken charge at a time when the fiscal deficits were huge. India also had to sell his gold reserves. To bring it back on track has not been an easy story.